Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Matt here, and today I thought I'd make this video to just share some news and updates about things happening with me in the precision rimfire world. If this doesn't interest you, obviously this probably isn't the video to be watching. But for those of you guys and girls who have been following along on my YouTube channel and my experiences going through this sport, I have some pretty exciting updates for 2021. I'm just going to jump straight into it. There's basically two big pieces of news to share with you. The first one, if you're part of the CRPS Facebook group, you may have already seen a post about this, but I'm joining the CRPS team for 2021. Rick has introduced even more series on top of the already popular CRPS and ORPS series. He's now introduced the Sniper series, the X22, Race Guns is making a comeback, and he's also introduced a really cool initiative for the series called the Loaner Rifle and Mentorship Program. I'm going to be focusing on the new shooter development side of things, which is awesome because just not too long ago I was a brand new shooter in the sport as well, so I feel like I have a really good understanding of what a new shooter is going through. So I'm going to be helping him facilitate that Loaner Rifle and Mentorship Program, as well as just anything else he needs help with, because there's so much stuff on his plate right now. He needs help where he can find it. So I'm really happy to be stepping up and being part of the CRPS team. I absolutely love the community of guys and girls that shoot this sport, and I'm very happy to be giving back and volunteering my time to do so. Another really cool benefit of joining the team and helping Rick out in the way I am is I get to test out a lot of gear for these loaner rifles and even beyond that. A lot of our awesome sponsors send the CRPS gear and equipment to test and use, and Rick doesn't have the time to test every single piece of gear out. So I'm the lucky guy who gets to play around with a lot of these cool products. For example, this Voodoo V22, this has actually been in the CRPS for a couple years now, but I've been playing around with it. It's topped off with a USO TS20. I've had it for a couple months. Because of the lockdown here, he doesn't really need it at the moment for matches, so I get to play around with it, which is really cool. And for example, this right-on scope to my right, the Conquer X3 I used for the match, posted a video about that on Sunday you can check out, but I was playing around with it for a few weeks and I decided to shoot an entire 10-stage match with it on Sunday, which worked out really well. I ended up getting second place, and I feel like I can now provide really good information for someone perhaps thinking of purchasing it. Now, I can't promise I'm going to make videos on everything, all the gear items that I test out, simply because I want to really get to know something before I make content on it. There's a lot that's actually been coming back between me and Rick already, some rifles, some scopes and whatnot, but I'm going to kind of pick and choose the things that I think are really interesting and use those a little bit more in depth and get better experience in them so I can give some more valuable feedback for you guys who are interested. So the second big piece of news is that I'm now sponsored by Athlon Optics, which is super exciting for myself. Rick was kind enough to kind of facilitate that sponsorship between Athlon Optics and myself. They sent me out this beautiful Aries ETR that he just mounted onto my CZ457. I just received it a couple days ago, and I'm excited to get to the range to try it out for the first time tomorrow. This is going to become my primary optic for competition and matches. And I mentioned in my Strike Eagle update video that I was switching from that scope to another one, and this is the reason why. It's because now being sponsored by Athlon, obviously I want to use their product as my main rifle scope. So again, excited to try and use this thing. It seems really cool, just obviously looking at it and mounting it up on the rifle. Just check out these turrets and how they feel, or I guess how they sound to you on video. They are extremely crisp, so this scope is going to be pretty awesome. It's definitely a little bit of a upgrade from the Strike Eagle. It's a higher price point. This is more in line with the Viper PST Gen 2, which funny enough, I actually have one on loan from the CRPS again, so I can actually look at them side by side and kind of do comparisons, which is going to be really neat when I get out to the range tomorrow to try that. So again, a big thank you obviously to Athlon Optics for sending me the scope. I'm excited to try it out. And I also want to extend a big thank you to everyone who's been part of my experience in the past year and a bit in precision rimfire. It's been an absolutely fantastic experience. I never would have thought in a million years this YouTube channel would have grown to where it is now, and I'm very realistic. It's a small YouTube channel, but I tailor to a pretty niche audience and a pretty specific group of shooters. So I've met some of you in person, which is always a lot of fun. People have told me that my content has been informative, or even if it's just for the entertainment value. I think that's really awesome. The entire reason why I started sharing my experiences in precision rimfire is because I wanted to help other people out there, and the fact that I've done that just really motivates me to make more content. And I can't stress enough that the community of shooters that I've met throughout the last year and a bit in this shooting discipline is just a fantastic group of people. I brought my wife to a couple matches in 2020, and thankfully she plans to do more with me going forward as well, and she has the same thoughts. It's just an amazing group of people, always very welcoming and friendly. Obviously at matches you still have that competitiveness because it's a competition at the end of the day, but the group of people there are always super friendly, and I just want to extend a thank you to everyone who's been so awesome in the past year. Anyway, as per usual, if you have any comments or questions, I do my best to answer them. If not, I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you all take care.